This is question 1, and it asks which of the following is a solution to the system of linear equations shown below. So remember that a solution is given in a coordinate, an xy coordinate. So in this case, the x would be 2 and the y would be 3. Now you could solve this in a variety of ways. You could either take each of these coordinates and put in the x value and the y value to see which makes a true statement. And if you're only given 1 point, then that's your best route to go there, is simply just to sub in the x and y values to see if it works. So if it's a yes or no question, then just putting in that x and y is a great route to take. So if I were to do that with 2, 3, I could put in 12 times 2 minus 2 times 3, because 2 was my x and 3 was my y, together equals 18. So 12 times 2 is 24. Minus 2 times 3 is 6, which should equal 18. It does, in fact, equal 18. So it's a solution to the first equation, but I also have to check the second one. So 7 times 2 plus 3. So that's 14 plus 3, which is 17, but this should have equaled 4. So if this was supposed to equal 4, but it equals 17, then that is not a solution to the second equation, so A is not my correct answer choice. You could continue this pattern through the other 3 answer choices to see which one gives you a true statement. You could also solve this. If I look at this, okay, I could solve this using elimination, or I could solve this using substitution. I'm going to start by solving it using elimination. If you prefer to use substitution, then just fast forward or skip forward past the elimination point of the video until you see me writing substitution. So if I were to solve this using elimination, I have 12x minus 2y equals 18, and 7x plus y equals 4. Oh, it's supposed to be y. So if I were trying to eliminate here, then my best bet is to eliminate my y's. Because I have a negative 2, I could easily make this, which has no coefficient or a coefficient of 1, a positive 2 by multiplying my second equation by 2. So my equations are then 12x minus 2y equals 18, and 14x plus 2y equals 8. So 14x plus 12x is 26x. 18 plus 8 is 26. Now, many of you stopped here and said that it had infinite solutions because 26 equals 26, but there's still an x here. This is multiplication, so I need to divide by 26. 26 divided by 26 is 1. So I know that my x-coordinate of my solution is 1. So I could take that and put it back into either one of these equations for x, similar to what I did here, except for I do not have a y value to plug in. That's what I'm about to solve for. So then I would say 7 times 1 plus y equals 4. So I'm going to take this second equation and put my 1 in the place of x. So I have 7 plus y equals 4. Subtract 7 from both sides, so y equals negative 3. So that's the point 1, negative 3. So I know that this is my solution. Now, if you find that by plugging in, if you find that by elimination, or if you find it by substitution, which we're about to look at, it does not matter. Any of those 3 methods are all 3 viable. So let's look at substitution. So if you were to solve this by substitution, I would not try to solve this first equation for, technically you could solve it for y pretty easily. My second equation can be solved for y much easier because I already almost have y by itself. All I have over there with it is that 7x. So I could move my 7x to the other side, and I'm left with y equals 4 minus 7x. I take the 4 minus 7x and I put it in the place of y in my first equation. So now I have 12x minus 2, but instead of writing y, I'm going to write 4 minus 7x equals 18. Now we could solve this equation. So I would take the negative 2 and distribute. So I'm left with 12x minus 8 plus 14x equals 18. 12x plus 14x is 26x minus 8 equals 18. This should look a little bit familiar from our elimination. Plus 8 plus 8, 26x equals 26. Divide both sides by 26. So x equals 1. And just like before, I have a value for x. I need to sub it back in to get my y. I could take the 1 and put it back in this equation, which is already solved for y. And I have 4 minus 7 times 1. 4 minus 7 times 1, so 7 times 1 is 7. So 4 minus 7, which is negative 3. So again, you still have the point 1 comma negative 3 as your solution. So we could solve it by substitution, we could solve it by elimination, or we could solve it by subbing the point into both equations. We can prove that this is my answer the same way as we would solve it by subbing it in. 12 times 1 minus 2 times negative 3 should equal 18. 12 times 1 is 12. Negative 2 times negative 3 is plus 6, should equal 18. 12 plus 6 is 18, so it works for that one. For this one, 7 times 1 is 7, minus 3, or plus a negative 3. 7 minus 3 is 4. So that 7 minus 3 does equal 4, so it works for that one as well. So this is my solution.